we got some more PvP gameplay, but at this time we are fighting against FSK, which is a pretty tough enemy of ours, and let's see how well we are going to perform against them, right? FSK is right now transferred in a two alliance in their shells, and of course their power is kind of split, but they are the strongest alliance in our kvk if we are only looking at the power, right? Of course, as an archer main, I'm really happy that finally I'm able to play with my 4 march, and let me introduce you my 4 archer marches, right? Kinara and Musyang. Finally, I was able to awaken my Musyang, and Kinara was my first ever hero awakened. That's a good job. We have Rattle Spear and Snow Peak Rock. I have Indi Sentara with the Heart of Kamasi. I'm using Wyverns there. It's like a support playstyle, having a lot of heals, a lot of buffs and debuffs, right? And yeah, third hero pair, which is the Magrat and Zaida, the most important hero pair for archer gameplay. We are having Galded Crossbow, which is level 2, and we are having also the Shadow Manticore, which I finally managed to make it 3-star, right? Also, since we are using Kinara with Musyang, I had a Nico which is 5-3-5-5, and I wanted to use Nico in a good way, right? And yeah, Falgrim and Nico with the Barbed Manticore, and also with the Iron Tusk, which is basically the exclusive artifact for the Falgrim. Falgrim is 5-1-1-1, basically one of the most free-to-play version of any hero is 5-1-1-1, and of course I'm really interested how much damage the Falgrim and Nico hero pair will do, even if it's just 5-1-1-1, right? Yeah, right now I think the Falgrim and Nico hero pair is more of a skill damage users, basically, and I feel like skill damage users kinda have to have some defense break in their play kit, right? And I think Nico having defense break just makes Barbed Manticore even better, because we all know that if you already applied defense break on a target which Barbed Manticore is dealing damage, Barbed Manticore will give you 50 rage, and for the skill damage user archer hero pairs, I believe rage is one of the most important things which you can get, right? In general, I think for the cavalries, for the mages, and for skill damage user archers, accumulating rage and getting some extra rage for yourself is really valuable in my opinion, right? But yeah, that's my playstyle so far. Right now, I'm trying to make Barbed Manticore even better than it is right now. I just started building it. Falgrim is 5-1-1-1. So basically, my next project is to make Falgrim strong, right? That's the idea I'm having, and let's see how well we are going to do that, right? I spent too much time awakening Musyang, and I was glad, like I got kinda lucky since I finished my rally building and watchtower to 25. I can easily spend my gems on lucky spins on Musyang, and that was the reason why I got it even sooner, right? And the whole idea of Musyang, in my opinion, is not only using with like one archer hero pair. The whole idea of Musyang is that she's amazing with basically almost every single hero pair, right? There was a lot of times in this kvk, especially when I was using Musyang with my mages, and she was doing absolutely fine, right? Unfortunately, I had to do something here because fights were stopping, and if Indis will get some damage, that's no problem. Indis is mainly a tank hero pair for my playstyle, and generally when I want to do something like this, I use Indis because I know that Indis has a very slow march speed, and whenever Indis is getting caught, there is a high chance that they will only deal damage to Indis, right? Of course, it would be even better if we were having mages here, but since my strongest hero pairs and the highest amount of troops I have as an archer, of course, I would love to share the archer gameplay. But I would say Musyang with Welin, and my Welin is not even strong, is doing absolutely amazing amount of damage, and hopefully it will continue like that, right? Of course, right now I will try my best to target the mage players, because we all know that highest damage we can actually deal to these people is through mage players, right? But sometimes you all know that cavalry players are a big risk for our gameplay. That's why I'm always really cautious, because I know that if cavalry rush will happen on my legion, it will have a big impact, and unfortunately my marchers will go home, right? Because at the end of the day, doesn't matter how strong our heroes are, we are still tier 4 player, right? We are still tier 4, and our physical attack, and of course, like, even physical attack is totally fine, our defensive stats is not that impressive so far, right? And I believe whenever we're gonna get tier 5, our whole gameplay will basically change in my eyes, and it should be even easier, because like, from one or couple of targets, it won't gonna be possible that we are offline of the fight. Right now we have to run, because crazy infantry players want to catch us, and I believe we managed to do it. I have no idea why my 4 March just stood there, but it's fine. We managed to escape, right? Let's choose a different position and let's attack this cavalry player, which is Urag. Basically, if you want to know, like, what's the best target for the cavalry hero pairs which are trying to kill you or defeat you, I believe the Urag hero pairs, like, whenever you're gonna see Urag icon, just try to target it, simply because Urag is the hero which is dealing the highest amount of damage, and you not only save your own life, but also you will save your ally member's life, right? So whenever you see enemy cavalry rushing on you, or any of your ally members, understand that you should focus Urag, because Urag will deal highest damage and it will save your life or your ally life. So try to focus on a proper heroes. It will help you, because, well, in some occasions, like targeting, for example, Goresh and Skogul is a bad idea when there is a Garwood or Madeline around the battlefield, right? That's the idea I'm having, and that's why I'm trying to explain my target selections. Like, for example, if I see Urag for cavalry, I target Urag, right? If I see Garwood, if I see Nika, if I see Madeline, that's the infantry hero pairs which I'm trying to always focus, right? In terms of archers, if I see Nico, if I see Gwenwyn, Cindrion, Freygar, that's my main focus. If I see Hosk, Magrat, and Zaida, I try to avoid them, because they are actually dealing quite a lot of damage, right? In general, Magrat is kinda nice. That's what makes this hero pair so good, that even if you attack, by the counter attack damage, they are healing a lot, and it's getting really hard for you to defeat them, right? So the number one targets, that's Urag, that's Madeline, that's Garwood, that's Nika, and of course, if you have a chance to deal damage to mages, that will be even better, because mages are, of course, the perfect target. If you want to get high amount of merits with the now, with the archer gameplay, my advice would be to try to attack mages, but trust me, that attacking mages will might be a costly action, because, well, they have higher range. Cavalry might catch you, and it might turn out to as a bad moment for you, right? All right, this infantry player just got escaped. I guess he won the duel, and yeah, that's the story of our PvP gameplay, right? Of course, they are building the tower here, and as always, I will try my best to make something happen here, because, well, I'm making a video, we are fighting, and we have to do something here, right? But I'm pretty sure at some point they will attack me, and it won't gonna feel good, right? It won't gonna feel good. Yeah, right now I believe they are moving towards me. We made it happen. They are following. Yeah, that's the story, right? If they don't want to fight, we will make them fight. I want my Falgrim to survive for sure, because Falgrim is the hero pair which we want to test. And yeah, they are following at least 4 members, and now we can actually catch them, right? This is a small skirmish. The fights have been happening whole night. Unfortunately, I just woke up and this is what we have left. But I guess it's a pretty good idea to test our hero pairs against tier 5 players, which is a good thing. I think FSK, like if we're gonna compare like one by one players, they are a little bit better in terms of power and strengths. That's why I think it's a good idea to actually test our hero pairs against these players, right? Yeah, finally I see I can deal damage to mages, but they are moving away. I believe, yeah, that was expected. Now I should change my position. Margaret is the hero pair, which will be fine. But yeah, let's focus on this player. This is the yeah, Freygar is a nice target. Freygar doesn't really do too much damage. As soon as Freygar is gone, we can move on to the mages. We should able to catch whoever is refilling towards this section of the fight, but I believe soon these two cavalry players, yep, I saw them. Let's move back. Let's let them change the target, and we can go back and deal damage to the archers, which are the nice choice, right? Like second best choice besides mages, that's the archers. I'm really scared of those two cavalry hero pairs, which are trying to rush on me because, yeah, as an archer, I have to move up in order for me to deal damage. But that's fine. I think we are doing absolutely fine here, right? Yeah, another cavalry player which might pop out. Yeah, that's what actually happened. But yeah, I believe this is a good spot to deal damage to them. Plus, their mage players are visible, which is nice, and that's the cavalry player which tried to attack us. Yeah, it was pretty visible in my opinion. Yeah, we can deal damage here. Maybe somebody will interrupt. Come on. Yep. We did it. We did it. Yeah, that's the Urag, right? This one, Urag, will be a pain. This one, Urag, will be a real big pain, right? Because one guy will jump out of the city, will do damage couple of seconds, and those damage is pretty high if we are talking tier 5 cavalry players, and that's the story of the fight, how they can easily target mages and how painful it can get, right? I believe they are out of stamina in terms of infantry players, and their only way to defend here is to use a lot of cavalry. Let's change the position and let's target these cavalry players. I will try to find the Urag hero pair here, which might not be that easy. Yeah, I think we got it. Yeah, that's the Urag, which we always want to target, which deals the highest amount of damage, but it's fine. We managed to take them down. All right, let's go from this side and let's try to deal damage. One mage player is actually trying to deal damage to me, but let's move up and let's show him this is the guy. But yeah, 8 targets, that's too much. Let's see if we're gonna be able to heal up a little bit, maybe. Come on. Come on. Race of Remedy heals is done, or what? Yeah, I guess Race of Remedy heals is kinda done. Or maybe we will be able to deal damage and maybe we're gonna be able to heal up a little bit more, but we'll see, right? We'll see. It won't gonna be easy job because Kinara is basically out of the power, which is not that great. But maybe by attacking mages, we're gonna heal up and we're gonna showcase the power of Race of Remedy, which is amazing. The amount of heals we are getting with the Race of Remedy is absolutely amazing, right? Yeah, Margaret just got healed up, but I want to heal Kinara, right? I want to heal Kinara. I want to heal Falgrim, but yeah, for sure, Margaret and Zaida. I always knew that Margaret and Zaida would heal in these moments. I'm just trying my best to heal Yeah, Kinara and Nico just went home, but we still have our best archer hero pair, which is Margaret and Zaida, and I believe this hero pair will be alive for a long time. Unfortunately, Falgrim and Nico are pretty weak here. Of course, like we are fighting in like against maxed players with 5-1-1-1 Falgrim. Like even if we're gonna get yellow merits against these kind of opponents with that hero pair, no, I won't gonna lie, it will be worth it for me. It will be an indicator that there's this hero pair is worth to build, because that's like minimum amount of skill levels which you can have on your hero pair for archer, and I believe if you are getting yellow merits against these type of enemies, that's the indicator that you should actually build that hero pair, right? Yeah, I have no idea why we are still standing left, because we can easily go and deal. Yeah, we all right. I hope we used the iron tusk in a good way there, because we had a couple of good enemies standing. Yep. Well, it's not a surprise that Magrat and Zaida is basically full HP, right? It's not a surprise that they are healthy. And yeah, you might say go refill, but no. Magrat and Zaida, which is dealing the highest damage from our hero pairs, are still here. Why we should interrupt our merit getting by capabilities and the gameplay? Let's continue until Magrat is here, and basically I can even bring my. All right, I can't really bring because we are out of the troops. But in this, yeah, that's the tanky in this which actually survived here. Yep. That's the cavalry rush, which you should be always careful because they can destroy your legion in a couple of seconds. That's the story of these maxed out players. Basically, if you have awakened Emrys, Bakshi, Urag, and Tobin, you are good to go. You will deal a lot of damage, and that lot of damage will be painful, especially for tier 4 players, right? Especially for tier 4 players. Let me reposition. I want to bring my Kinara here. Let me bring my awakened Kinara because we should want. Yep, I think that's good. We can easily bring our hero pairs back. It kind of looks like a long fight, and it's really worth it to continue. Maybe I will be able to even bring Falgrim. Let me check. Falgrim is here. Nico. Yeah, we can even. Yeah, Falgrim is 58 levels, right? You can even. All right. I hope nobody is actually Yeah, I guess Indis is getting caught. Indis is tanky, no problems. Yeah, you can see how much Indis is actually surviving. Whenever Indis is in front of you, it's like heals you, gives you buffs, and it's your semi tank. What else do you want from a Wyverns and Indis and Tara hero pair, which is basically gatherers, right? Like you don't want more from them. I'm pretty sure you don't want more from them. All right, we can easily wait. All right, that's a really bad. Yeah, yeah. I was not paying attention, but we managed to survive with the Falgrim. All right, let's go. All right, in this would be gone anyways. Let's continue with the Margaret. Yeah, that's the story of cavalry players. That's how they can intercept and have an effect on the battlefield, actually. But it's fine. Indis is like still alive, like right time for Indis to go home. But yeah, we're gonna continue to deal damage. Let's duel this infantry player, but no, he just ran away. I guess he understands that. Yeah, it would be a mistake from my side because unfortunately they had the army group and it would be really painful for me to actually do something there, right? Yeah. Let's continue. Margaret is still alive. I still want to bring my Kinara, but it will be painful for sure if something like this will happen again, right? But here it comes. Falgrim and Nico is here. We will be able to test them even more, in my opinion. And yeah, I think this video will be a little bit longer in terms of gameplay because I believe we are getting a lot of merits with Margaret and Zaida, which managed to stay alive even longer, right? Let's see. We already had 100k in this KVK with Margaret and Zaida. I'm really interested if we will be able to get even more. That was my max throughout my 2 years of gameplay, and let's see, right? Let's see. I'm really interested if we're gonna be able to make it happen. Of course, it will be hard because basically we are in a really low amount of numbers if we're gonna compare ourselves to them. Hopefully our ally members will come and we will have some players who will be acting like a shields, hopefully, right? Because as a tier 4 player, I can't be tanky, I can't take damage, that's not the job I can do. Of course, whenever I will make tier 5 troops, that will be another job, which I will for sure do, which is basically tanking some damage. And yeah, right now I believe only thing positive I can do in this battlefield and in this kind of fights is to actually deal damage to the enemies, right? And yeah, that's what we are doing. I believe we did pretty fine in these fights, and right now if I will be able to deal damage to this mage, will be even better. Yeah, I think he's AFK. This is a perfect time for us to get even more merits. Yeah, he's just moving. Let's just try to get merits, right? Hopefully we will get more players around here. And yeah, this is the cavalry players which is going to rush. Unfortunately, yeah, this is a small skirmish, but this small skirmish is going on for like more than 20 minutes, I believe. And let's see what these cavalry players are going to do. Yeah, this will be painful. I should act quickly whenever I will have a chance. I should hop on inside. Yeah, they are actually targeting me. Right, let's survive. Falgrim, go! Yep, we managed to survive. We managed to survive. That's good. All right, can we deal damage? Nope, nope. Yeah, this is the strange gameplay which we are showing. All right. This will be hard if I will just pop out and start fighting here. I believe so. Let's keep calm. Let's wait. Maybe my ally members will try to be here, and if not, well, I guess we still have healthy Margaret. We can easily understand how much merits we would have gotten, but unfortunately, we are out of troops. I guess everybody is out of troops. Let's see if people will be here. Let's give them like 20 seconds if more players will appear, but if not, we can easily check the merit score, and we can easily see how well we actually did, right? 86k, which is kind of normal for Margaret and Zaida in our KVKs. 25k for Kinara and Musyang, which got caught couple of times. 22k for the Falgrim and Nico, right? Falgrim and Nico, which actually works, and yeah, this hero pair works. My Falgrim is 5111. I tested the Falgrim and Nico whenever they were available on test server. They were doing fine, and yeah, I believe this is a great way to show you how good this hero pair is actually in Call of Dragons. So unfortunately, we can't really continue in this video. Hopefully, we're gonna have more ally members around the map, and we will have some more fun whenever they will be back, right? Hopefully, it was fun to observe this PvP gameplay. We got a lot of merits, 86k, and of course, when there will be like more PvP, I will try my best to take a video and share with you guys. If you like the video, press like, subscribe, share. It gives me more and more motivation to make more content for this game. I wish everybody amazing day, morning and night. We are going to see each other really soon. Bye bye and good luck.